Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all our respected viewers and welcome on Youth Matters with me, your host Sakina Habib. I'm sure we are all very much enjoying the festive season right now. So I would like to wish you all a very happy festive season. And of course, to all our family and friends who are at the moment celebrating their Christmas holidays, a very happy festive season. I'm sure that at the same time, we are also very much looking forward to enjoying our time together as a family at home or going outside, traveling, enjoying the Christmas vibes, maybe get together with family and friends, and of course, just enjoying our holidays all together because as you all know that it also marks as the end of the year. So there are those days when we want to really celebrate and enjoy our holidays with our family and friends, right? So I'm sure this is a really happy moment for so many out there, especially I think those people, who are working, you've got like a holiday right now, so you want to take some time off and relax throughout the weekend, and yeah, just enjoy the celebrations that are taking place in Christmas. Now, there are some really interesting points to know, some interesting facts to know about why, do people celebrate Christmas? Why is it celebrated globally? Also, how has Christmas evolved over the years, taking and having a great impact in our lives because, we sort of blend with its tradition and culture automatically as well. I'm sure you would agree with me, especially with the younger generation right now. We see a lot of that happening and taking place. So, on today's program, what we're gonna do is we're gonna see some questions that the audience has about what Christmas is all about, what are its origins, why do people celebrate it, and let's see what really is this festive season all about. So we'll have some questions that will be displayed on the screen, and gradually I will try to do some research and get those questions answered. So, for example, many people, have this question that why do people celebrate Christmas globally? If you think about it, this is a festive season which is actually celebrated globally around the world, right? Um, you be it in any part of the country, be it any part of the world, you've got people celebrating Christmas very happily, and they take it as something which is very much related to them personally and all of that. So number one, people celebrate Christmas globally for various reasons. Christmas is primarily celebrated to commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ, an event considered sacred in Christianity. So it is a time for Christians worldwide to reflect on the significance of Jesus' birth and the spread of love, compassion, and goodwill towards all. So Christmas, therefore embodies values such as love, compassion, and unity, fostering togetherness among families and communities. The international nature of Christmas showcases the universality of love, kindness, and celebration, transcending religious and cultural boundaries. Christmas is also a time for people to spend time with friends and family, give and receive gifts, and remember those in need. Additionally, Christmas significantly impacts the economy, driving retail and consumer spending, contributing to economic growth and job creation during the holiday season. Beyond the religious observance, Christmas is a multifaceted celebration that goes beyond religious observance, reminding us of the universal desire for peace and joy. So, we do understand that this has a really important factor for the Christians. Also, we see that it brings us together, between our families and friends. So, instead of, okay, as Muslims, we of course cannot celebrate Christmas as such, but we can make it a time to spend family time together. Also, we don't really know if Prophet Jesus, like Prophet Isa's birth, actually took place in the month of December, specifically on the 25th of December. However, we just, would like to create that factor of unity and love and compassion with our Christian brothers and sisters. And as I said, that it is really just a time to spend together with your family and friends and come together. So let's see what's the next question for today on board. So the next question is that how has the commercialization of Christmas evolved? Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Very much applies. I'm sure you must be experiencing this right now, like when you're outside, you're seeing the Christmas trees being advertised everywhere in the market, or, the Santa Claus giving out these candies and presents and gifts to children. And that is the point of attraction. That's what makes people happy. Like it's such a beautiful festive season when, you go out, you are literally attracted by all these things that are so much connected to Christmas. However, is Santa really true? Does it even exist? What is really the origin behind it? So Santa is actually, it's a myth. It's a mythical figure. I mean, it doesn't really exist if you ever go back and read the history. So in the Roman era, in Romania, they used to believe that there was someone called as Saint Nicholas who used to actually go around and give out like presents and gifts to the children during this month of December, and so that's how the name became as Santa, apparently. And some people say that Santa is actually the devil, like Satan, according to some resources or whatever. Write-ups, when we read up blogs or something like that, that's what people say, that sometimes it's the devil. In those times when there were these naughty little children who used to really be mischievous in the household, the parents apparently used to scare the children by telling them that if you will not behave well, then apparently this person by the name of Santa, actually known as Satan or the devil, will come and eat you up. So, according to some beliefs, if you see in the Roman and the German eras and their cultures and histories, this is what you will find about them. However, let me get to the point about the commercialization of Christmas. So as I was telling you, that this has significantly impacted the way people celebrate the holiday. And some of the key aspects of Christmas commercialization include, number one, gift giving, right? So the concept of sending season's greetings, this took on a commercial hue in 1843 when Sir Henry Cole, an English civil servant, introduced the idea of sending Christmas cards. So this tradition has since evolved into a major aspect of the holiday, with millions of cards exchanged each year. Number two, decorations. So I'm sure you're very much fascinated, with the stars and the bells that they put up on the Christmas trees, and they've got those hanging socks and their presents inside them and all those stuff, right? Really nice creative stuff. So now these Christmas decorations, such as ornaments, also have become commercialized, right? When you go to the market right now, you're going to find a lot of those stuff being sold out and at a much discounted price as well. See, that's the way, they're commercializing Christmas to you, so that you can buy all these ornaments. You've got those really nice glass ornaments in which you've got these snow figures, like the what do you say, the snowman, and the snowball, and the kids love buying those stuff so much, right? So this was also initially it was first introduced in the German cottage industry to the mass market in 1880 by F.W. Woolworth. Now, the third is the Santa Claus. As I was telling you, that the modern image of Santa Claus as we know it was popularized by Coca-Cola and Haddon Sundblom in the early 20th century. And then we've got the reindeer. So the association of reindeer with Santa Claus was introduced in 1843 by New York printer William Gilley, who published a booklet titled A New Year's Present to the Little Ones from 5 to 12, number 3, The Children's Friend. So this is the name of the book. Then the fifth is the holiday sales. Christmas has become a prime opportunity for businesses to sell goods, with advertisements featuring Santa Claus and other holiday themes. And the holiday shopping season, including the Black Friday, has also been commercialized in recent years. And lastly, mass media. The commercialization of Christmas has been further amplified by mass media, with radio airwaves filled with holiday tunes and colorful decorations. So I'm not going to lie about this, but when this month automatically arrives, December, I'm sure the ringtone or the tune of Merry Christmas rings in your ears, right? So like you automatically just blend in with the season because of the tunes that are constantly being played around you during this month, and so you start singing it as well. So this is something very it's a very key factor. It's a strategy that is used by the mass media to get you involved into the Christmas vibes. So let's see what's the next question now. I hope that was an interesting answer. The next question is that what are some non-Christian reasons why people celebrate Christmas? Okay, people celebrate Christmas for non-Christian reasons for various cultural, social, and economic factors. So some of these reasons include number one, cultural celebration. Christmas has become a cultural and secular celebration, transcending its religious origins, and many people, including the non-Christians, participate in the festive spirit, contributing to a shared sense of joy and celebration. If you're going to look into your schools or your universities, I'm sure that people do celebrate this occasion, even as an event or as a function, right? So kids automatically have to be a part of it. Perhaps you're asked to dress up as a Santa, or I don't know, a snowman or a reindeer or whatever like that, bring some gifts to school and, present it out. So somehow, this is also a way of teaching the children about the belief and faith of the Christians, right? So as Muslims, we should also be careful in not letting our children fall too much and get too much attached to the fantasy stories of like Santa and all of those things. So like we make sure that they do not really take those beliefs and start implementing them in their real life, because obviously there is a difference between our religion and between the Christians, and we should not really mix into that. I'm saying this because I do have a lot of parents sometimes who do share their opinions on this, and they do say that our children are being told a lot of fantasy stories, which according to them are very much authentic because they have such a strong belief in it. And so they tell these stories to children in school. And when children get back home, they actually are expecting that Santa will come the next day, and we're expecting some presents and gifts, and what is he gonna give me this year? And they want to dress up like Santa sometimes and all of that, or they imagine sliding in the sky with the reindeers and all of that on the sledge, right? So we need to tell our children that this is not real and that it's a fantasy and it's a myth. That's very important. Otherwise, children really start believing in those things and start imagining. Then the second point is about the economic impact. So I was discussing about how people celebrate Christmas for non-Christian reasons, right? The second one is economic impact. Christmas significantly impacts the economy, driving retail and consumer spending. Businesses experience increased sales, contributing to economic growth and job creation during the holiday season. And this economic aspect has made Christmas a widely celebrated and anticipated event. Then we've got family and community togetherness. So I don't think there is any harm if we are just having a get together and enjoying ourselves during these Christmas holidays. If we're doing it in a very modest and a nice way. So of course, if for example our Christian friends invite us over to a party where there is probably alcohol being served. So obviously we need to avoid those parties, and we can tell them that because alcohol is not allowed in our religion, and so therefore I cannot attend this party. But if it's a really decent, nice party where they've invited you for like a lunch or just like a dinner or a barbecue get together, then you can actually go and enjoy. It's not that Islam does not allow that. Islam says that it's okay to do that, making sure again that you're not eating anything such as pork or ham or anything during those gatherings, and not committing any sort of sin, major sin. So in a way, this holiday fosters togetherness among families and communities regardless of religious affiliation. And if you would like to know more about what I mentioned just right now as a reference, you can always go and check on Sheikh Muhammad Halli, who just actually mentioned about this, giving this example that what steps can be taken and how can you avoid committing any sort of major sins in such sort of parties, while at the same time going and attending them is okay. Okay. And the another point is cultural exchange and learning. So Christmas provides an opportunity for people from diverse cultural backgrounds to enjoy and learn about different cultural elements. It is really a time to embrace and appreciate the traditions of others, contributing to a more inclusive and interconnected society. And for people who are really interested to know and observe and learn about different cultures and traditions, why not go ahead and celebrate? Okay, next question. I hope that this was answered well. So, next question. What do we have? If there's any question. Okay, so what are some common challenges that parents face during the holidays? Oh my God, I think this is the question for today. Like this is the highlight. So many parents really, I think, get overstressed when the holidays actually arrive, because they feel like, oh, instead of actually unwinding and having time to myself, it gets even worse because now the kids are at home, and there's just no time for you, right? So, some common challenges that parents face during the holidays can be managing expectations, number one. So parents often struggle to meet their children's expectations, which can lead to disappointment if the holiday does not live up to their expectations. Number two, stressful logistics. So, coordinating schedules, planning activities, managing the chaos of family gatherings can be overwhelming and stressful for parents. And I think, especially when we plan like a vacation or an outdoor activity with our children, especially if the children are really young, like they're really, really young in the early years, I think it's really difficult to manage that, because it's like how I read the other day in a meme. Like you're enjoying yourself on the beach, except for the fact that your kid is still next to you complaining and throwing a tantrum. So like what's the difference? I would rather say I would say stay back at home and just enjoy the mess and the chaos until they grow up, and then you can actually have a good quality time in the later years. But I know that some parents can manage it so well with their children, so they actually even take them out and make a point to travel together, which is good. You should. In the early years, I have seen a lot of parents. I myself have traveled with my with my toddler, really like to so many places. And yeah, there can be some disadvantages, but there are also advantages to it, because the child sees a lot of outdoor activities, becomes smarter, interacts with the environment. So that is a plus point. Then you've got balancing work and entertainment. So working parents, oh my God, they may have difficulty balancing their work responsibilities with the need to entertain their children during the holidays. It does get difficult. If you're someone who works from home, um, you will find this really challenging because your kids are always trying to get your attention, and they're jumping around and everything. So you just, I think, need to prioritize your time really well, and give them time as well, and not to ignore them. Then try to find suitable activities for them. So parents may struggle to find affordable and engaging activities for their children, especially if the weather is bad or if they have limited resources. So, especially when it comes to the Christmas festive season, in most parts of the world, it's snowing outside, or it's really cold and freezing, and now the child actually wants to go out and play and build a snowman and all of the stuff. So, you can do that. Of course, allow them to do that, because that's the best time. That's the moment that will not come again. But again, give them a time limit that, okay, now is the time to get back inside, and now we can do some indoor activities. So that is very important. You can distract them and get them back inside, but also let them enjoy. Then coping with family dynamics. So the holidays can be a time of tension and stress, especially when dealing with extended family members or blended families. Um, I think when it comes to the Desi families, right? I think we face this a lot. Like, we actually try to avoid going to such meetings. The reason being is that they bring up these unnecessary and irrelevant topics that are not really needed or required. So I think this happens for Muslims mostly during the Eid time, but no, again, during the Eid time, it's a really different time, like especially Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha. It's actually really lively and a nice uh, period where we all get together, have lots of laughter and fun. But I'm just saying that sometimes, there's just when a parent is already like overwhelmed and stressed, and now you're going to a place where you'll be questioned more, then I suggest that you just go really there with a patient mind. You either just look after your child, or just enjoy somewhere in a quiet place, or just stay back home and enjoy quality time with your family. And then you've got creating unrealistic expectations. So there are some parents who may create a long list of must to do activities, which can lead to disappointment if not everything can be accomplished. So try to make your vacations, as flexible and as readily affordable and as natural as it may seem. If you go for like these really high expectations and they don't turn out to be the way you've expected them, then again, you will feel a lot of anxiety, and you'll feel, oh, I've not done my best. So just try to let it be, like, let it go with the flow. Just be with the flow and enjoy every moment with your family, with your children. So this was it. I'm not sure if we have another question. The question, yeah, we do. How can parents handle holiday related stress and anxiety? So the holiday season can be a stressful time for parents, but there are several ways to manage holiday related stress and anxiety. Here are some tips. So, number one, adjust expectations. Be realistic about what you can handle and prioritize what is most important. Then, practice self care, like take breaks, get enough sleep, and engage in physical activity to reduce stress. So I think it's so important to take some naps during the day, or try to just sleep if possible, because it will help you to function better and recharge yourself, to play with your kids and give family time to your uh, I mean give quality time to your family at home. Otherwise, you yourself will be frustrated and cranky throughout, and then you will throw it out on your children. So that's one. Then you can plan ahead, meaning make a schedule, create a budget, and prepare for a nice routine, a nice way to plan out your day. You can communicate with family members, so you can discuss expectations and boundaries with family members to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. Then you can be flexible. meaning be open to changes and willing to adapt to new situations. And then you have to focus on gratitude. So it's very important to take time to reflect on what you are grateful for and appreciate the positive aspects of the holiday season. Um, I think this is something very common amongst us. Like, first of all, the holidays they're very limited. It's a very short time to enjoy. And if you're gonna stress yourself out during these days, and when the days are over, you're going to realize, oh, like I had a good time and I just wasted it by, overthinking too much or thinking negatively and, creating that aura of toxicity and negativity around me when I could actually have, really enjoyed myself. So during these holidays, try to take some moments, pause and reflect, and, just be thankful, enjoy every moment. Yeah, be thankful. Just think about some bad moments that had happened and be like, oh, thank God I've passed those moments, and today I'm actually sitting relaxed. You can have a cup of tea or coffee or something like that, a dessert, and, just enjoy. And the best thing is what, to play some games at home with your family that are educational. Like you've got Scrabble, you've got Uno cards, Monopoly game, and stuff like that. So you can just try to relax yourself by playing those games with your family at home as well. Then last thing is to seek support. So if you want to really get some support, try to reach out to your trusted friends or family members for support. Um, yeah, you can just talk to anybody whom you feel you can share your feelings out with, and that's how some these are some tips that can help parents to handle holiday related stress and anxiety. Some people would suggest even a therapist, but that's completely up to you if you're willing to do that. So by implementing these strategies, parents can reduce holiday related stress and anxiety and enjoy a more positive and fulfilling holiday season. Do we have some more questions for today? What are some ways to create a relaxing environment for kids during the holidays? Yeah, so oftentimes we do get a little perplexed and confused. Like, how should I keep my child entertained full time? And they are so hyper these days. I don't know how the earlier generation used to be. Um, I remember our generation was pretty calm, but today's children are, they just want to be entertained like full time, and they're on their feet 24/7, and then they're also attached to the electronic gadgets on a daily basis. So, in order to create a relaxing environment for kids during the holidays, parents, you can do the following things. Here are a few tips. Number one, encourage reading and writing. So promote reading and writing activities to keep children's minds active and engaged during the holidays. If you're finding it difficult to do this manually, then you can always download the digital stories that are there on your iPad or tablet or whatever. And the child is so smart enough, they actually know how to download and scroll and all of that. But make sure that you sit with them and you read those stories with them. It helps them as much as possible. And then the other thing you can do is get creative. So encourage children to explore their creative side through artwork, drama, or learning a new musical instrument. So I know that children really love painting, right? So this is the best time to get messy and do some paintings. You can get them some sketchbooks or canvas or anything that's available at home on which they can paint on, and yeah, just go ahead and have lots of fun. Let them be messy and all of that, but that's how you do it. Okay, and then you've got the physical activity. So engage children in outdoor activities such as a trip to the beach. That is, if you're living in a tropical country, right? So you can go for a trip to the beach, or if it's like a place where there's a lot of snow, then obviously take them out and play some building the snowman sort of thing. Or you can take them to the zoo and let them enjoy with the animals, interact with them. They love it. Or a local park to help them learn about, nature and all of that. So this helps them learn about the world around them and create lasting memories. Then teach some relaxation techniques. So teach children simple relaxation techniques such as deep breathing exercises, mindfulness. You know, they love doing exercises such as even yoga. Have you ever tried doing that with your children? If you just tell them to sit down, very calmly on a mat, put out a mat, and just try to show them some postures, they really do follow the instructions and they do it amazing because kids are so flexible and they like trying those gymnastic sort of moves and all of that. So give them a chance to do that. Maybe you can even put up a YouTube video for them and they can follow that. It helps them get that relaxation and reflection to help them manage stress and create a more hopeful mindset. So teenagers, they go through a lot of stress because of the academic stress. Uh, and these holidays are a time period for them to relax and unwind. So we need to tell them to get that pressure off for some time, the academic stress, because it really does kill you. So try to engage them in as much family activities as possible and tell them to take a pause for some time from their academic studies or whatever projects they're doing, and that really helps them to de-stress and relax. And they can even do that by watching movies sometimes. I mean, there's no harm in watching movies. It's a nice way to de-stress yourself if you're watching a nice family movie. I know that during Christmas time, there are a lot of Christmas themed movies that come out. Movies like Home Alone and all of that. I mean, these were like a 90s kids memories, I would say. So, even today, I think there are lots of Christmas movies that are available and they're really like good because it's all family stuff. So I think, yeah, spend your time sometimes even just, watching movies at home. Yeah. And then you've got what? Spend quality time together. So engage in real shared activities with children to create a supportive and understanding environment, fostering positive family connections. And also spend time in understanding Islamic values. Yeah, so this is also a time where people can sit down, also reflect on the Holy Quran, right? So this is the best time to do. Like you sit with your family, you talk about the stories of the prophets, you read about the stories of the Ahlul Bayt, you listen to the Quran, you read together Quran. There are some games like Scrabble games where you can have a Quran theme, right? And you can play those games with them. So yes, why not? This is the best time to do that. And then be open to change. Discuss traditions with children. Tell them about your culture, the dress that our, like for example, whichever country you are from, right? If you're from the UK, or if you're from Germany, if you're from France, if you're from Pakistan, if you're from Tanzania, if you're from the Middle East, you're from Egypt, whatever. So you can talk to your children about the backgrounds of your culture and all of that. It's really interesting and they get to know who they really are and they tend to embrace their identity. And also, not to forget, last but not least, about the current situation that is taking place in Palestine. So this Christmas, of course, for us Muslims will not be as festive as always, because we know that the so many atrocities took place in during these last 2 months, and over 75 days have passed since the uh, huge wipeout and massacre of Gaza has taken place, and so many people have been left traumatized. So many people lost their loved ones and died. So we need to really pray for them. And so that is one of one of the things that we can do is a collective healing together, and we pray for them, and we pray for all our oppressed Muslim brothers and sisters around the world, and we remember them. So as Muslims, I think our priority right now is yes to have that balanced lifestyle, like enjoy with your family at home, but at the same time also keep in mind about these people who have been oppressed, and we pray for them as much as possible, and we do the best that we can do to help them. So through our activism or whatever services that we can, we do that. And with that, I would like to end today's program. I hope that today's program was interesting and it was a good conversation. So, see you inshallah next time in the next episode. Thank you very much and hope you have a wonderful holiday. Happy holidays. Thank you. This is your host, Sakina Habib, signing off.